Ladies and gentlemen, Trump is beginning a battle with Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. Politico, Trump swings at Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds. Criticism could have implications for former president's campaign in a key early voting state. I don't think this is going to be that big of a deal. This is where I disagree somewhat. I understand that he's, going at this all alone. He doesn't have the Republican Party. And he feels that, hey, he helped politicians when he was president. He helped this governor when he was president. And she should then, represent the way Democrats do. The Democratic Party is a political machine. They all walk in lockstep. So there's zero diversity of thought. There might be diversity, but no diversity of thought or opinion or a viewpoint within the Democratic Party. And don't say, well, AOC wants single payer. At the end of the day, it's the same viewpoint. If AOC or Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren or others want Medicare for all, they know very well what they did to Bernie Sanders in 2016. It's an entire racket. They're only utilizing the notion, the belief that one day Democrats will vote for these left-leaning policies. They can't even get student loan debt through. And they kind of did. It wasn't exactly what they originally promised. But so they get not just a watered-down version of things that were promised during campaigns, but oftentimes, Green New Deal, they don't even vote for it. They don't even want the Green New Deal. It's to get left-leaning people who are on the far left to just vote Democrat. Because in their mind, the propaganda spin is, well, it's the best option because Republicans will never want a Green New Deal or Medicare for all. Well, neither will Democrats. You think Democrats are gonna? They wouldn't even try to pass it. Not even just a symbolic vote. I think it was Ron Johnson Mitch McConnell said, "Okay, why don't you go vote on it?" And they wouldn't even. They didn't even get enough Democrats right after AOC penned the Green New Deal to actually try to even get it through. So all of these things are supposed to be these kind of dreams that one day take place. Anyway, I'm getting lost in the weeds here. The whole point is the Democratic Party is a political machine. Everyone falls in line. AOC, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders cheated in the Democratic primary. He falls in line, doesn't even bring it up, and then blames another country for informing you that Democrats cheated him. And so that should tell you all you need to know about Bernie Sanders. And so the thing is, Trump doesn't have that. He doesn't have a political party propping him up or backing him. He doesn't have that. And so when he tries to implement a wall which would have saved lives, and we see more lives are being lost in the southern geographic region of our country, You don't have a Republican Party that actually supports this man, even though he's responsible for 3 conservative Supreme Court justices, a good number of federal judges, hundreds, I believe, of federal judges, and we had record low poverty with Trump. So if you disagree with everything, well, conservative ideology is bad, or conservatives are mean and horrible. We had record low poverty with Trump in 2019. It is a fact. There's zero rebuttal to that. What is the rebuttal? Is a record low in poverty a good thing or a bad thing? We had a record low in poverty, record highs in household median income. And we had a 2% inflation. Now, real wages were up with Trump. The economy was much better. That's why when you get these musicians like, oh, he's so mean, he's so bad, he's so horrible. We had record low poverty. Not that these people in Hollywood or musicians or whatever, not that they care, because many of them who speak out against Trump, who oppose Trump as an authoritarian, are all for censorship online. They're all for whatever the intel agencies say about an incoming president. So if they accuse Trump of being an operative of another country, they're totally fine with that. Trump brought home Americans from counterinsurgency conflicts. It's not like Hollywood or musicians that are really popular care about that. They care about the groupthink and that Trump is mean. In terms of the economy, we had a better economy for everybody. And more people of color voted for Trump in 2020. than in 2016. He got a greater percentage of the non-white vote. So how is he this horrible person? But anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now. I don't see that. I'm obviously voting for Trump. We had record low poverty in 2019, record highs in household median income. I don't even know what the rebuttal would be. There is no rebuttal to that. He was a great president in terms of the economy, and that's how you judge a president. And he was a great president in terms of foreign policy. We didn't have the invasion in Europe. And all Democrats do is lie to their voters, don't even have a functioning primary, and then have an entire media apparatus that goes and writes hit pieces on anyone they don't like. So I get why Trump is upset, but at the same time, I don't know what good it does him. I mean, is he going to get votes by going after the governor of a state that he needs? I mean, is he going to get support within the Republican Party? So Trump and Truth Social, I opened up the governor position for Kim Reynolds, and she fell behind. I endorsed her, did big rallies, and she won. Now she wants to remain neutral. I don't invite her to events. DeSantis down 45 points. So, you know what? It's worked for him thus far. They say, well, you know what? He not in 2020. That's true, but 2020 there was basically, they blamed him. The media blamed him. The highly educated, morally superior blamed him for everything, even though more people lost their lives the first year of Biden's tenure. And so, is it good? I don't know. I mean, is there a way that he can get her to not remain neutral without a public feud? This is the thing. He's got to get Republican Party. He's got to get state and local Republican parties on his side. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Does the governor of Iowa deserve the public, the Truth Social post? Maybe Trump actually did, back her and owes her, and she owes him, some political loyalty, which is what all Democrats, nobody is talking about Hunter. Isn't that interesting? You always have Mitt Romney or Paul Ryan or others, the Lincoln Project. Oh, Trump is mean and horrible. Well, are there any Democrats talking about Hunter's laptop where you have within the laptop emails asking for asking for influence on behalf of a company that he shouldn't even have been on the board of directors of? Is any Democrat talking about the hundreds of millions of dollars that flowed into Biden and Hunter's accounts? Business accounts, according to the New York Post and Daily Mail and other publications. No. So I get it. He's basically a one-man political party. See, Democrats think that Trump is a Republican. He's not really. He is a Republican president, but he's almost his own political party. You have Republicans who are content, apparently, in states like, Arizona and maybe even Iowa. There are people who think that because Trump is brash and bold and that media obsesses over Trump, that if he just toned it down, things would be better. I do agree with that. He should tone a little bit of it down. He doesn't want to just create this momentum on the left, especially because that's what happened with Twitter. When he was on Twitter, it generated this political momentum that Democrats really didn't have. So you don't want to, rattle the hornet's nest too often. At the same time, though, is there a way that Trump can actually build some kind of coalition or some kind of unity around him within the Republican Party? He needs Republicans in Georgia, Arizona, and Iowa. He needs them, or else we'll have 8 years of mashed potato brains, or I think Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee for the Democratic Party. Don't ask me how. But, he does have, Trump is the Republican Party, so in that respect, the Republican governor of Iowa needs him, but he also needs Iowa. and he needs Republicans on the state level. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe.